See, this is what I'm talking about, man. Kingdom, Train to Busan, Parasite, and now Squid Games. These Koreans are crazy good storytellers. See, this is what I'm talking about, Darksiders. This is what I mean when I say you gotta appreciate diversity in cinema. Man, this is good stuff. So, alright, Darksiders, unless you've been under a rock, you have heard about Squid Game on Netflix. And let me tell you, it is every bit as good as they say. Don't worry, I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but I want to share with you, number one, why you should be watching this show. This whole video really is designed to get you hyped about this show and to get you watching it if you've not watched it, because we're going to go live on Sunday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to try and get some YouTube buddies to come on with me, and I need you in the house, Darksiders. Do not have me there talking to myself on Sunday, because there's a whole bunch to get into about this show. Now, I don't know if you've seen it or not. Chances are you probably have. If you haven't, then you have between now and Sunday to binge this and really enjoy all the hype around the show, because yes, it is that good. Now, some people are saying that this show is a cross between Hunger Games and maybe a little bit of Saw mixed in. Now, if you've heard any of those things and you feel like those movies are not your cup of tea, do not let that turn you off. This show has so much going for it. Now, let me tell you why this show is so special and why I think that so many people are enjoying this show and why the buzz is so big about this show. Number one, it is the Korean sensibility for storytelling. And yes, this is a Korean show. Yes, it does have subtitles. Yes, it does have English voiceovers. Don't you let any of that turn you off, because I promise you, you will enjoy the show if you have not seen it. But it is the sensibility or the way that Koreans tend to tell their stories that is typically different than we do here in American cinema. And that's why a lot of Korean shows have done so well on Netflix. Shows like Kingdom, or movies that you guys have seen, maybe like Train to Busan and things like that. It is the different type of storytelling that they do, and it makes it so engaging. Now, what's so special though about Squid Game is that you have this story unfolding, and again, no spoilers, unfolding, but they do something called head hopping here, where they give us different perspectives from all of the different characters in the show as we're trying to figure out their different motivations and what's going on in the story. And they don't give us almost like what some people in American cinema call like a God mode perspective. And that is to say that you literally are sitting outside of the story and you know everything that's going on. So you know the villain, even if the characters in the story don't know who the villain is, you know the villain, you know everything. You're sitting from a God's eye view or bird's eye view. They don't do this here. They track you through the story, and you are in just as much limbo as everyone else in the story that you're following in terms of figuring out what's going on. When they use that device, it creates a level of suspense that's so intense as you're watching this story unfold. And as you're watching all these things happen and why they're happening, who started it, and all these different relationships and all those different things happening in the story, and it just pulls you in. And then the character development in this is fantastic. The way that they tug on your heartstrings, because you get to know all of these characters, and some of their motivations you know, but some of their motivations you don't know. You don't know everything, and it's enough to keep pulling you through this story, even such that when you get to the end of the first season, and yes, it is a series, you cannot wait for season 2, because they do such a good job of giving you a lot, but also not giving you everything, such that you want to know so much more about why and how all of this is happening. And along the way, there are some surprises here that are absolutely fantastic. So the power really of Squid Game is the storytelling, is how they bring us this super engrossing story, and you cannot help but move through these episodes. And that is why this story is so good. Not to mention that it examines a whole bunch of things thematically about the human condition, about desire, about sacrifice, about lust for something, about satisfaction with where you are in life. All of these different themes are examined, and it's done in such a unique way. And cinematically, how they tell this is powerful as well. The camera shots that they give us to represent power, to represent weakness, to represent emotion, to represent desire. All of these different elements of the storytelling are absolutely fantastic. It is a must see. And we are going to go live 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Dark Side Reviews. As I said, I'm going to invite some of my YouTube buddies to get into this show, deep dive. I got a whole bunch of stuff that I want to talk about and I want to ask you about as well. So notifications, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you put on that notification bell and that you're there. Darksiders, don't have me here talking to myself, please. This show is crazy good. The hype is real. Share this video so we can get as many folks on as we can to really get into this, because I want to know what your perspective is about the show, some of the things that you've noticed about the show, and I got a whole bunch of questions for you as well. Hit that notification bell and that subscribe button if you're here to Dark Side Reviews. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next video. Love you. Peace.